Introducing the 2011 AAA Blues. Number 2, Patrick Komodowski. Number 6, Jack Fisher. Number 7, Hutch Rubis. Number 9, Tyson Boyer. Number 10, John Peterson. Number 11, Malachi Smith. Number 12, Linus Brooks. Number 13, Brandon Bauer. Number 16, Braden Harris. Number 17, Jackson Giorgio. Number 18, Chris Springer. Number 19, Emerson Miniman. Number 27, Grant Fugner. Number 30, Max Stutzer. Number 31, Luke Scanapiego. Number 66, Braden Schneider. Number 85, Gordon Crowley. Number 88, Luke Wessel. Number 91, Jonathan Zilm. Number 93, Ben Spatansky. Head coach, Nick Carey. Assistant coaches, Casey Ott and Nate Cunningham. Team managers, Alicia and Ricky Smith.
Good afternoon, Blues fans. Did you miss us? Because we missed you. We are back for the start of the 2026-2027 season with your 2011 AAA Blues. As you saw on the intro video, a couple new faces joining the Blues this year. We have forwards number 6, Jack Fisher, and number 18, Chris Springer, joined the Blues this year after the last several seasons with Carshield, the 2011 team. Boys seem to be fitting in well with the dynamic of the team. Look really good in practice and hope to get this season off to a quick start here. Before we get this game started, we've got some rule changes to go over with everybody. For those of you casual hockey fans at home, I'm looking at you, grandmas and grandpas. In 15 only hockey, we have some rule changes in regards to two big ones. You now have delayed offsides, which means no immediate whistle, and you can also ice the puck on the penalty kill. So these rules will help speed up the game and keep things moving. We also have extended penalty length. We have 2-minute minors now as opposed to the minute 30 penalties last year. 5-minute majors as opposed to the 4-minute last season. and the misconducts go from 8 minutes to 10 minutes this season. Period lengths are extended a little bit. They're normally supposed to be at 17, and that's what we will have here. There is also, at minimum, 1 Zamboni scrape per game. Generally, it's right in the middle of the second period. Sometimes they do it in between the second and third. It's really home team's discretion. For those of you wondering, body checking still allowed, so you don't have to worry about that rule getting taken out. And that's going to do it for the rule changes. So if you got any questions, throw them in the chat. We'll try to answer them as we go. But the two big ones, delayed offsides and icing on the penalty kill, are the biggest changes. Blues are going to finish up talking at the net. First time this season. They're going to go to the bench after that, and then we're going to kick off this game with puck drop. We'll be back shortly with that. And we are ready to get this game underway. Blues are going to start this game with the new look this year for their first line. They'll have Ben Spatansky centering, Johnny Zilm on one wing, Gordon Crowley will be on the other wing. Starting defensive pair is going to be Malachi Smith and Linus Brooks. Starting goaltender for this game is going to be Max Stutzer. One other rule change we missed previously, but you'll also have 2 referees and 2 line attendants for each game. And here we go. Spatansky wins the draw back to Brooks. Brooks goes to his partner Malachi Smith. He takes it back over to Brooks near side. He's going to skate it up. He sends it forward, tipped in deep by Crowley. Blues go in on the forecheck. Zilm gets to his man. Crowley comes in, pushes it to the corner. Chesterfield grabs it. They throw it out. Hits off of Malachi Smith, and that is going to go into the bench. Blues going to make a quick change. They're going to send out Fisher centering, or I'm sorry, that's Springer. Fisher, or centering Fisher and Bauer. Face off, won by Chesterfield. They go D to D just inside their zone. They're going to circle back on the circle. They send it hard off the boards behind the net. Chesterfield's defenseman goes to flip it out of the zone, and it goes into the netting. So Blues will have another offensive zone face-off. This time it will be to the left of the Falcons goaltender. No change in personnel. Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front with Smith and Brooks on defense. Chesterfield completes the line change. They send out a fresh 5-man unit. Face off, won by Chesterfield again. They take it behind the net, chips up, picked up by Fisher as they couldn't get to it. Fisher reverses down low. Springer's there. He battles a man. Fisher goes to help him. He comes away with the puck, goes off the boards to Brooks at the point. Brooks to Smith. Smith with room, steps in, shot. That goes just wide of the near side post. Fisher battles on the boards for it, comes away with it. He's got 2 Falcons players there. They take the puck from him. They send it behind their own net. Springer goes in on the forecheck. They're going to bring it back near side. Fisher intercepts that pass. He puts it off the boards down low. Bauer's going to go in on the forecheck. Chesterfield comes away with it. They send it behind the net. They're going to bring it out near side. Springer's all over him, holds him in the corner so they can't clear. Bauer comes in to back him up. Chesterfield sweeps it out of his legs, takes it to the far side corner. They're going to reverse. Blues finish the line change as Boyer, Giorgio, and Wessel will be the forward unit. Komodowski, Miniman, the defensive pair. Chesterfield gets hit off the puck by Wessel. They clear it, and that's going to send it all the way down, and they're going to say no icing. Stutzer comes out, plays the puck forward to Komodowski. Komodowski back to Stutzer. Good thing he was paying attention. That was right on net. And Stutzer, quick heads-up save against his own defenseman there. Stutzer gives a little chuckle laugh to Komodowski after that bullet. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off won by the Blues. Back to Komodowski. He goes off the boards, hits Giorgio. Giorgio goes around, brings it across the blue line. He's got a step. He gets it knocked off his stick, goes behind the net. He circles on the far side boards through the legs of a descender to Komodowski. He takes a long shot. That goes just wide of the near side post. Boyer picks up the loose puck, makes a move. He gets tripped, no call. He gets taken down again. Wessel comes in, hits his man. Boyer comes away with the puck, sends it out to the point. Komodowski gets him from Miniman. Miniman back from Komodowski. Now down low for Boyer. Chesterfield intercepts that. Miniman tips it back through their legs, back into the zone. Chesterfield grabs it. They're going to send it all the way down. Schneider fresh on the ice. Lets it go for Komodowski. He reverses in the far side corner. Goes to Miniman. Miniman through the legs to Giorgio. Giorgio's going to bring it across the red line. Covers in. Tries to drop to Schneider. Schneider grabs it. Puts it in deep. Gets knocked off a stick, and now he battles. Puck is held on the boards. Brooks comes away with it. He puts a shot on net, and goaltender's going to hang on to it. Blues will finish the line change. Here's a familiar line from last year. They've kept Bugner centering Schneider and Harris. Defensively, we'll have Brooks and Rubis. Bugner wins the draw back to Brooks. He's going to skate the blue line with it. He takes a long shot. That gets through, goes just wide of the post. Harris behind the net gives it to Fugner. Fugner tries to put it in front, hits a skate, goes out to the point to Rubis. Rubis long shot on. Glove save held on to by the Chesterfield goalie. Excuse me. Getting out those cobwebs everywhere. It's been a while since we've done one of these broadcasts. No change in personnel for the Blues. Face-off is again to the left of the Chesterfield goaltender. Face-off won by the Blues, picked off by Chesterfield. They sauce it right up the middle. They're going to dump it in deep. Rubis goes for the puck in the corner. He sends it behind the net for Schneider. Schneider settles it, goes off the boards for Fugner. Fugner has it knocked off of his stick. That's offsides, no call. And Blues come away with it anyways. Brooks going to take it far side. He goes up the boards and sends it all the way down. It would have been icing. Goalie played it. They send it around the near side board. Schneider picks that up. He sends it down low for Harris. Schneider takes the hit for this cause. Gets the puck right back. He battles on the boards with it. Harris comes to help him. He pushes the puck back to Brooks. Brooks shot off the boards, hit Schneider, goes towards the net, and now they're finally able to clear. Big hit by Brooks, knocks him off the puck. They put it in deep. Rubis picks it up, takes it to the far side corner. He tries going up the boards. That's knocked down. Fugner there to pick it up. He goes to Harris. Harris has it bounce on him. He's got two men all over him. Heads up. Oh, good stick by Harris. Breaks it up, but Chesterfield still comes away with it. And Blues have to scramble to put that one into the corner. Rubis hits his man, kicks the puck forward. Nobody there. Rubis gets it again. He flips it high. That's going to go all the way out to the zone. Harris goes for a change. Blues all go for a change except defense. Brooks goes right in front of the net for Rubis. Rubis hits Spatansky. Spatansky far side for Zilm. Zilm's going to bring it around the corner, goes to the front. Spatansky gets taken down. Puck comes to the near side boards. Crowley first to it, battles two Falcons players. Spatansky tips in to help him out. He gets the puck to Komodowski. Komodowski circles, tries to go back to Crowley. It's hit off of his stick. Crowley has it then knocked off of his stick, but gets it back, sends it to Spatansky. Spatansky back to Crowley. Blues take it behind the net. Crowley comes away with it, drops it for Zilm. Zilm tries to hit Spatansky in front. He gets his stick lifted, comes all the way out to the neutral zone, where Komodowski sends it to Smith. Smith far side for Crowley. It hits a stick and goes in the air. Glove down by Crowley. Blues go for another quick line change. We have Springer, Fisher, Bauer out. Chesterfield controls deep in their zone. They're going to send it right up the middle. Picked off by Fisher. Fisher shot. That deflects into the far side corner. Springer there with Fisher to battle for it. Fisher comes away with it off the boards, goes to the point. Long shot. Gets stuck in the pad, and Springer bangs away at it, and Chesterfield took offense to that. So stoppage in play with 11:50 remaining here in the first period. Tie game 0-0. Chesterfield will make a line change. Blues had just completed their line change on the fly, so Springer, Fisher, Bauer will stay with Komodowski and Smith on defense. Face-off won by Chesterfield. They put it behind the net. They're going to swing it around near side boards. They try to tip it forward. Picked off by Fisher. He tries to get to the front. Gets knocked off of his stick. They're able to clear. Malachi Smith can pick this up just inside his own zone. A little backhand pass to Komodowski. Komodowski chips it forward for Springer. Springer to Fisher. Here come the Blues into the zone. Far side tries to hit Komodowski. Couldn't get it to him. Komodowski reverses in the corner. Fisher battles a Chesterfield player for it. Pops out. Picked up by Bauer. Bauer tries to go to the point. Komodowski was changing. Malachi Smith gets over in time to hold the zone. and Chesterfield takes over control. Springer battles in the corner. They're going to send it up off the ref's leg. Hits a player now and stops. Good stick lift by Chesterfield as they're finally able to clear. They're going to come far side here. They reverse into their own zone. Blues finish the line change. Boyer goes on the forecheck. He tips the pass. Then Giorgio steals it. Good job by Boyer getting back on side. Giorgio cuts towards the center, tries passing across to Wessel. That's out of his reach as it hits a stick. And now Chesterfield gets it. Big hit by Boyer, knocks him off everything. Wessel comes in, sends it to the point to Rubis. Rubis long shot, hits a stick, deflects far side corner. Giorgio reaches and it goes around his stick all the way out to the point. Now Rubis is going to have to retrieve this in his own zone, sends it behind the boards to Miniman. Miniman up the boards, hits Boyer. Boyer chip pass to Giorgio. Here comes Giorgio and Wessel in 1-on-2-on-2. Oh, and Giorgio, the pass is just out of his reach as he goes tumbling into the boards. Chesterfield tries clearing and it's knocked off their stick by Rubis. Picked up by Wessel. He goes far side for Miniman. Miniman hits Boyer. Boyer with the little seam. Long shot just over the head of the Falcons goaltender. Comes to the near side point to Rubis. Rubis tries to take a shot as he had pressure on him. Hits a skate, and here comes Chesterfield 3-on-3 back into the blue zone. Good step by Rubis as they put it in deep. Miniman catches it behind the net, takes the hit, pushes it all the way over to Boyer. Boyer has it knocked off of his stick. Long shot hits the shoulder of Stutz. Good thing he was watching that one. And finally, Blues able to clear as Chesterfield puts it back in deep. Blues finish the change. Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Miniman goes off, and Brooks comes to join Rubis. Rubis goes to change, and we have Smith and Brooks on the point. Nobody at the point. Puck comes all the way out. Brooks gets it from Smith. From Smith. Brooks puts it in deep. Puck settles behind the net. Fugner there, Harris there. Puck's bouncing in front, comes out to the point. Brooks gets it. Long shot. That gets through, goes just wide. Fugner forechecks behind the net. Schneider picks up the errant pass, puts it down low for Fugner. They're going to chip it off the boards, and that's going to get just out of the zone. Malachi Smith picks it up in the blue zone, gives it to his partner Smith. Smith to Harris. Harris tries tipping it forward for Fugner. It's just out of his reach. Goes all the way on net. Goalie puts it into the corner. Fugner gets there. They send it up the boards and push it all the way back down the zone. Fugner goes to forecheck. Schneider goes to forecheck. They send it up the boards. Harris now hassles his man. He comes away with it, tries to pass to the point, hits a ref. Brooks gets it from Smith. He sends it to Schneider. They're going to tip it in deep. Schneider goes in on the forecheck as the Blues go to change. Schneider hits his man off the puck. It goes to the other man. They're going to swing it around near side. Spatansky gets there first. He's going to put it down deep. Hits it off to somebody, then it goes right to a Chesterfield player, and here comes Chesterfield through the neutral zone. Schneider picks it up, he crosses the red line, he puts it in deep and goes for the change. And Blues have finished the line change as Crowley gets out to join Spatansky and Zilm. Puck battled for in the corner. Sorry, I got some parents in front of me, I can't see what's going on down there. Zilm and it looks like Crowley were battling. Spatansky stayed out high. Puck got loose. Now it's jammed again. Crowley gets it, goes to Komodowski. Komodowski to Miniman. Miniman has to circle to grab it. It was a little behind him. He sends it towards the front, hits a pad, comes out front. Komodowski pinches, takes it all the way down to the corner. He hits his man, holds it there. Behind the net, Spatansky hits his man now. Chesterfield still controls. They're going to bring it out near side. They go up the boards. Good hold at the line by Komodowski. It hits off a player, goes right to Zilm. He puts it down low for Crowley. Crowley hits his man in the corner, tries to send in front, nobody home for the Blues. Good pressure by Zilm to break that up. Komodowski holds it in, they send it right back out. And now Miniman's going to cross the red line. He puts it in deep. Blues go for a wholesale line change. All 5 new players jumping on the ice. Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front. Defensively, Rubis and Brooks. Chesterfield clears it to the neutral zone. Brooks picks it up, brings it into their zone, gets to the outsides, comes to the circle. Tries to get it to Springer, can't get it there. Puck goes to the far side boards where Springer has to pick it up. He skates around one man, takes it behind the net. He goes out to the point to Brooks. Brooks looks. He's going to take a long shot, hits a skate, and that's going to go into the glass. It didn't actually hit the netting, so no stoppage in play to Bauer. Bauer to Fisher. Fisher shot on, saved by the Chesterfield goaltender, and that one's going to go out of play. So Blues, after having just changed on the fly, will not make any substitutions. Chesterfield with the wholesale line change. It's Brooks and Rubis on defense. Springer, Fisher, and Bauer up front. Face off, won by Chesterfield. They take it back into their zone behind the net. They bring it around near side. Good pressure by the Blues. Unfortunately, not. Oh, good play by Springer to pick off that exit zone pass, and now Chesterfield gets it right back. They chip it to the neutral zone. Brooks steps up, hits his man. Fisher picks up the puck, goes to Rubis. Rubis has it knocked off of his stick. Heads up, here comes Chesterfield. They bring it towards the net. Nobody from the Blues will put a stick on it. Now they get it. Brooks comes away with it. He's going to send it up to Fisher. Fisher has a bounce off of his stick, goes to the neutral zone, and Chesterfield puts it right back into Brooks. Brooks tries to go far side, hits a shin pad. He's going to send it forward for Fisher. Fisher gives it to Springer. Springer brings it across. He's got nobody with him as the Blues are changing. Rubis comes in now at the end. Springer's just going to control and wait for help. He drops it for Wessel. Wessel immediately has 2 men on him. Komodowski comes in, throws it in deep. Boyer goes in on the forecheck. Good pick by Giorgio, but Chesterfield takes it right back. Tyson Boyer puts his man down hard. They're going to send it back. Here come the Blues. Malachi Smith crosses the red line, hits Wessel near side. He skates it across. He gets tied up. He holds it, sauces it over to Giorgio. Giorgio at the top of the dot. Long shot, hits the stick of Boyer, goes right to the corner. And I know his mom is happy that didn't break, because that's probably another brand new stick, because Boyer just broke his in practice yesterday. So Blues completed the line change. Wessel, Boyer will be centered by Giorgio. Komodowski and Smith are the defensive pairing. Danny didn't even see Tyson take that one right in the shaft of the stick, so she's confused. Face off, won by Chesterfield, goes behind their net. They try to put it behind. Boyer picks off the pass. He's got a man all over him. He holds it there. Giorgio nails his man, gets the puck, comes away with it, tries to get to Wessel. Wessel shot from his stomach, goes on net, saved by the goalie. Chesterfield brings it forward. Tyson Boyer hits his man again. And that is going to be an offsides, or the puck went out of play. Not sure which. Blues make a line change. They send out Fugner, Schneider, and Harris up front. Defensively will continue with Smith and Komodowski. Face-off is a tie-up. Blues push it forward, stuck in a skate. Harris comes away with it. He goes far side for Komodowski. He's going to bring it in. Gets to the outside, takes it behind the net. He sends it over to Schneider. Schneider has to pull up to retrieve that one. He goes down low for Harris. Harris gives it to Schneider. Schneider has a bop shot. That gets blocked. Pushed to the corner by Chesterfield. They're going to send it hard around the boards far side. Harris first to that puck. Tries to tip it to the defender and heads up should have been a 2-on-1. Chesterfield player went for a change, so it was a 1-on-1. Shot blocked by Komodowski. They send it towards the middle. Komodowski pokes it forward. A little miscommunication there by the Blues. Como grabs it, takes it down low. He's going to go in front of the net. He's going to bring it out far side. Tries to go around. That gets held down. Blues got to scramble for it. And Chesterfield controls deep in the Blues zone. They send it forward. Gets around Schneider. Good stick by Komodowski. Breaks that up. They send it forward. Schneider gets it. Oh, bounces off of his stick. Chesterfield comes right back away with it. Sloppy play here for the Blues, as they're unable to get anything going and really get out of their own zone. Smith sends it to Brooks. He sends it all the way around the boards. That hits Chesterfield's player. They're going to hold it in the neutral zone. They tap it far side. Blues need a change. This line looks tired. They're going to send it hard around the board. Schneider comes for it. He chips it around his man to Fugner. Fugner sends it forward for Zilm. And Chesterfield's going to take over in their own zone, go D to D at their circles. Now they're going to bring it out near side. They flip it forward. Goes over everybody. Miniman sticks it down, puts it off the boards. It's going to come all the way back out to the Chesterfield blue line. Puck is now sent forward, picked off by Spatansky. Spatansky tries to get it to Zilm just out of his reach. His tip goes over the well wide of the net and into the glass. Chesterfield comes away with it. They send it far side. Spatansky, another good pass picked off as he puts it down low. Zilm has it, gives it right back to Spatansky. He goes to Zilm again, out to Rubis. Rubis over to Miniman. Miniman. Shot, that goes high and wide, come all the way around to the far side point, or near side point, excuse me. Rubis has to circle in the neutral zone. He gives it to Crowley. Crowley has it knocked off of his stick, and Chesterfield reclaims it, but instantly Blues players all over him. Crowley comes out of the scrum with it, goes to Miniman. Miniman to Zilm. They put it in deep. Another high hit by Chesterfield. They're not, they like to get their hands up. Blues make a wholesale line change. Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front. Brooks and Smith on defense. Fisher picks up a loose puck. Shot saved by the Chesty goaltender. Goes just wide off of his glove. And now puck gets pushed back but down low. Bauer and Fisher go in to fight for it. Chesterfield comes away with it. Fisher knocks it off his stick. Gets the loose puck. Shot. Whoa, what a save. In Bauer buries the rebound as it's sitting in front of the net. Or is that Springer? Springer or Bauer, one of the two got their stick on it. So it's Springer or Bauer from Fisher for the Blues' first goal of the season here with 1:59 remaining in the first period after a couple pretty lackluster shifts by the Blues come out and the newbies put one in the net for us. No change in personnel for the Blues. They're going to send out Brooks to join Smith on defense. Then you still have Springer, Fisher, and Bauer up front. Puck comes all the way back to Brooks at his own blue line. He sends it right back near side for Fisher. Fisher chips it around his man. Chesterfield comes away with the puck. And now they're going to reverse it in the corner. They bring it out near side. Goes off the stick of the Chesterfield player. Komodowski fresh on the ice. He gives it over to his partner far side for Smith. Smith to Bauer. Bauer puts it in deep. Blues go for a change. And they will get the, looks like, Wessel, Giorgio, Boyer line out. Puck is pushed in deep. Stutzer's going to settle behind the net. He sends it to the far side corner. Wessel beats his man to the puck, knocks it for Giorgio. Giorgio got a man all over him. Chesterfield picks it up, gets it to the point, long shot, blockered to the far side boards by Stutzer. Miniman hits his man. They put it down deep. Giorgio back there behind the net fighting for it. Chesterfield tries pushing towards the front of the net. It looks like it's parked in the crease. Chesterfield comes away with it. Shot. That goes wide. Boyer picks it up on the near side boards. He flips it forward. Chesterfield gloves it down but misses. Comes out to the neutral zone. They get it back to their defenseman inside their own zone. Boyer with the good forecheck knocks it off his stick, and then Chesterfield gets it right back and heads up. They got 4-on-2 coming the other way, but the Blues get back in plenty of time. They reverse it back to their center, and it goes right to Tyson Boyer. Tyson Boyer far side for Miniman. Miniman brings it in, chips it in. He's going to go around a man. He's going to go on the forecheck. Chesterfield brings it near side to the corner. Wessel hits his man. The centering pass by Chesterfield misses everybody, goes all the way to the Blues zone. Miniman settles, sends it to Komodowski near side, up to Boyer, and Boyer misses the tip, so we will have an offsides. Blues will make a line change. Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, Rubis and Brooks. Face-off is won by the Blues. Schneider controls on the sideboards. He chips up the boards, tries to hit Fugner. Fugner chips it around his man for Harris. It gets out of the reach of everybody, and that is going to do it for the first period. Blues lead 1-0 against the 16U Central States team from Chesterfield. We'll be back for the second period here shortly. And we are ready to get period number 2 underway. Blues go into the period with a 1-0 lead. I apologize, there's no shots on the board, so I can't share that information with you. Blues are going to start the period with Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Rubis and Brooks will be the defensive pairing. Ref blows the whistle, and here we go. Face-off won by Chesterfield. They take it back into their zone. They go D to D just out of the reach of Harris. They send it forward. Rubis picks up, grabs the puck. Chesterfield swings it back far side into the Blues zone. Brooks grabs it, goes near side out of the reach of Rubis. Rubis picks it up, though, gets it to Harris. Harris has it bounce. He gets hit. Puck goes to Rubis. Rubis gets around his man, gives it to Schneider. Schneider shot, blocker save, goes behind the net, and Rubis is absolutely thrown into the Chesterfield goaltender. And everything goes flying. The net, the goalie, defenseman, pretty much everything. Blues are going to send a fresh forward unit out. They get Spatansky, Crowley, and Zilm. Defensively, Rubis and Brooks will continue. Face-off is won by the Blues. Crowley tries to get to the net, intercepted, and Chesterfield sends it all the way up, and it hits the Blues bench. So that will be an offensive zone face-off for the Blues to the right of the Chesterfield goaltender. Spatansky lines up for the draw. He wins it, gets tied up. Zilm battles for it, gets it to Crowley. It bounces over his stick, goes out of the zone. Brooks gives it to Spatansky. He tries to hit Zilm. That's just out of his reach, and Chesterfield's going to send it all the way down in what should be icing against Chesterfield, and it is. Blues will have another offensive zone face-off, this time to the left of the Chesterfield goaltender. Blues make another line change. They send Smith and Miniman on defense. Springer, Fisher, Bauer will be the offensive unit. Face-off is won by the Blues. Springer controls in the near side corner, and he's going to bring it out. Gives it to, looks like Fisher. One-timer fanned on. Springer now goes to battle for it on the sideboards. Chesterfield comes away with it. They cross into Blues territory. Picked off by Miniman. Miniman tries to chip it up and out, and that hits the net. No change in personnel for the Blues. This will be a defensive zone face-off to the right of Stutzer. Springer lines up to take it. It is won by Chesterfield. They send it far side out of the reach of everybody. Fisher picks it up, chips it forward for Bauer. Bauer tips that, and they still blow the whistle, and that will be icing against the Blues. Very clearly deflected for Bauer, but ref linesman didn't see it. We'll do it again, this time from the left of Stutzer. Springer lines up to take it. Referee pushes all the people out of the circle. Face-off is won back to the point by Chesterfield. They take a long shot, deflects off a couple skates, goes into the corner. Smith there tries to go up the boards, hits the shin pad of a Chesterfield player. Springer goes in to help him out. Fisher sneaks in, grabs the puck. Chesterfield knocks off of his stick. It goes to Springer. Springer to Miniman. Miniman to Springer. They bring it into the zone. Tries to give it to Bauer. Bauer gets it knocked off his stick, goes to the corner. Springer picks up the loose puck. He goes to the front for Fisher. It gets knocked off of his stick. Chesterfield brings it out. Picked off by Miniman. Miniman skates backward to his blue line, gives it right back far side for Fisher. Fisher chips it around his man, goes to the corner. He takes it behind the net. He's going to reverse in the near side corner as his line mates went for a change. Giorgio on the ice, goes in on the forecheck. They're going to push it behind. Miniman's going to pinch all the way down to the circle, push that one back into the corner. Chesterfield sends it behind the net. Wessel, only man there, comes away with it, goes out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski, long shot on, Glove save held on to. Blues finish the line change. Rubis and Komodowski, the defensive pairing. Giorgio centering Boyer and Wessel up front. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Chesterfield goalie. Face-off won by the Blues. Boyer has it. He goes far side, sends it to Rubis. Rubis shot on, pad save, pushed to the near side corner. Chesterfield comes away with it. They go up the boards. They try to clear. Glove down by Rubis, held at the line. They finally get it out. Giorgio steps up, hits his man. Puck goes to Komodowski. He has it knocked off of his stick and goes down into the far corner. Giorgio comes away with it, goes up far side for Boyer. Tip pass to Wessel. Wessel brings it in. Komodowski goes to the net. They're going to bring it around near side. They go right up the gut. Giorgio covering the point, picks off the pass. He goes forward to Boyer. Boyer reverses. He's going to come near side. Sauce pass to Wessel. Wessel gives it to Boyer. Boyer with room. Shot saved by the goalie again. Pushed to the far side corner. Boyer on the forecheck. They're going to send it right through the slot. Now they lead man the puck. Hits off of his skate. And heads up. Here come the Falcons 3-on-2. But Komodowski knocks that puck down on the pass. He takes it behind his own net. He goes right up the gut for Boyer. Boyer has it knocked off of his stick. Chesterfield reclaims it. They take it into their own zone. They bring it far side. Puck picked off by a Blues player, sent back in deep. Chesterfield reclaims it. They're going to bring it far side. Komodowski picks it up after Rubis dislodged it from the Chesterfield player's stick. Komodowski near side for Harris. Harris going to bring it in. He's got room. Schneider break into the net. Tries to do a give and go for Fugner. Hits a skate though. He finally gets it back, gives it to Rubis. Shot gets through. Schneider tries deflecting, goes to the far corner. Schneider hits his man. Fugner goes in to help. They clear to the point. Skated down by Komodowski. Long shot goes behind the net. Blues go in on the forecheck. They go up the sideboards. They try tipping forward. Held in again by Komodowski. Comes near side for Fugner. Fugner goes down low behind the net. Schneider's going to have to chase that one down. He's got Harris going with him. Schneider grabs it, gets knocked right back into the skates. Harris battles for it. They're going to push it near side. Schneider deflects it, comes out to the point to Smith. Smith skates it, goes down low for Harris. Harris reverses in the corner. He kicks it to himself. They go up to the point with it to Smith. Smith to Komodowski, bounces off of his stick, and he's going to go far side for Smith again. Smith down low for Harris. Harris takes it behind, tries to go to the front for Fugner. Schneider hits a skate, comes to the far corner, and Chesterfield had enough of this shift, and they're just going to send it all the way down for an icing. Blues will make a line change after that icing by the Falcons. They'll have Spatansky, Crowley, and Zilm up front. Smith and Brooks on defense. Face-off is won by Spatansky. Chesterfield battles for it. They come away with it. They go near side, and they're going to flip it in. That's going to go not quite far enough for icing as Brooks beats the puck to the corner. He reverses, sends up the boards, hits a shin pad of a Falcons player. Falcons try to put it in front. Held to the corner by Smith. Puck goes towards the net, tipped away by Stutzer. Spatansky sends it up to Crowley, gets it out to Brooks. Brooks gets held up. Puck comes away, back to Chesterfield. They put it back in deep. Stutzer settles behind the net for Brooks. Brooks up the boards for Crowley. Crowley tries tipping it to Spatansky. Doesn't get there, and so Crowley has to pick it back up. He pushes into the zone. Good hold at the line by Spatansky as they try to clear, and now Crowley battles on the sideboards with Spatansky. Loose puck sits there. Gets pushed back into the scrum. Chesterfield gets it away. Here they come 2-on-2. And they're just going to throw it in deep. Stutzer again settles behind the net. He's going to make the pass up the far boards for Crowley. Crowley tips it to himself. He's going to bring it out. He tips it up over his man, and they say that hit something, even though I don't think it did. I'm not sure what they thought. They're going to say that puck hit something on the Chesterfield bench, gives the Blues a chance to make a change. Springer, Fisher, Bauer will get the call for the offensive unit. Miniman and Rubis are the defensive pairing. Face-off is won by Chesterfield. They go D to D on the red line. He's going to chip it around. Miniman picks it off. He sends it off the boards to Springer. Springer goes off the boards to Bauer. Bauer gets hit, tries to go far side for Fisher, hits a stick. Fisher has to pick it up on the far boards. He takes it around, brings it towards the net, reverses, pulls up, goes off the boards to Rubis. Rubis fans on his pass, still able to hold the zone, and now Chesterfield finally clears. Miniman circles at his own blue line, goes forward off the skate of Springer, and here comes Chesterfield back with it. They're going to put it in deep. Rubis goes in for the puck. He holds it in the corner, goes around far side to Fisher. Chesterfield strips it off his stick. They put it back behind the net where Miniman's waiting for it. He goes D to D behind Rubis. Rubis to Fisher. Fisher far side for Bauer. Bauer's going to cross in. He goes back to Rubis. Rubis back to Bauer. Bauer in front, wide open. Springer can't get a stick on it, and here come the Falcons back out of the zone. Good play by Rubis to break that up. Bauer drops it for Fisher. Fisher to Rubis. Rubis shoots and scores! Rubis from a shot from right between the dots beats the goalie low blocker, puts the Blues up 2-0 here with 9:56 left here in the second period. Blues will make a line change after that Rubis goal. They will have Giorgio, Wessel, and Boyer up front. Defensively, Smith and Komodowski. Puck goes far side to Boyer. Boyer's going to skate it. He chips it near side for Wessel. Wessel's going to have to pick it up in the corner. He's got a man on him. They push it behind the net. Boyer goes to help him, knocks him off the puck and steals it. He tries to bring it to the front, goes right out to the point. Smith, long shot, goes just wide of the far side post. Komodowski pinches it in, throws it towards the net. Goalie paddles it behind to a waiting Wessel. Wessel with the man all over him, reverses, holds it there, tries to go up to Boyer on the boards. Instead drops it for Giorgio. Giorgio takes it behind the net, tries to pass to the front. Loose puck. Chesterfield pushes it to the near side corner. Good forecheck by Wessel, breaks that up, and they're going to bring it out far side. They send it all the way into the blue zone. Smith's going to have to hurry and get to this one as he's got a Chesterfield player all over him. They send it towards the front of the Blues net, chips all the way out to the point, and now it gets pushed into the corner. It comes back out to the slot. Long shot, hits Stutzer. He had no idea where that puck was coming from, and it bounces a mile high behind the net, and Giorgio's going to go pick up the loose puck, sends it forward for Wessel. Wessel, far side for Komodowski. Komodowski crosses the line with room, shot on, just past the glove, comes all the way out. Smith comes in, holds it in, and that will be an offsides against the Blues. Blues make a line change. They send out Bugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Miniman and Brooks will be the defensive pairing. Neutral zone face-off across from the Blues bench. Refs pushing back the Chesterfield player. He crept right back in. Blues win the draw. Miniman puts it in deep. Blues going on the forecheck. Harris meets his man in the far corner, knocks it to Fugner. Fugner shot on, loose puck in front. Blues can't get a stick on it. They clear. Brooks picks it up at the top of the circle. Long shot, another save, and a stoppage in play as their goalie holds on to it as it falls to the ice. Bugner lines up to take the draw. It is in the offensive zone to the right of the Falcons goaltender. Face-off won by Fugner. Harris has it in the corner. He chips it behind the net for Fugner. Fugner puts it in front. Schneider gets a shot on, goes right into the pad, and that is held on to again by the Falcons goaltender. As Blues are starting to get opportunities now. Fugner lines up to take the draw again. It is won by, it's a tie up in the corner now. They're going to send it all the way around. That comes all the way up to the boards. They chip it around Miniman. Schneider back checks, gets to that puck first. He sends it to Brooks. Brooks, far side for Harris at the red line. He's going to cross into their zone. He tries to go around the man, hits a skate. Now it's battled for in the sideboards by Harris and Fugner. Gets it out to Brooks. Brooks to Miniman. Miniman shot, hits a skate, goes behind the net. Fugner picks up the loose puck, goes to the front, and that puck is picked off. They try to clear. Brooks pinches down and holds it. Fugner grabs the loose puck. He goes to Miniman. Miniman shot on. That goes just wide. Good pinch by Brooks as he puts it down low. Harris has it. He goes out to the point to Schneider. Schneider to Miniman. Miniman can't control it. He's just going to have to put it in deep. They clear it back to the sideboard. Schneider now goes in, tips it to Brooks. Brooks makes a move. Chesterfield comes away with it. Blues got to get back. 2-on-1. And, they complete it, but the pass is shot a mile over the net. And here comes Brooks out near side. He goes Schneider. Schneider tries to go forward for Spatansky. It's just out of his reach. And here comes Chesterfield right back into the Blues zone. Blues finish the line change as Stutzer settles it. He goes to the near side corner for Brooks and Spatansky. They're going to bring it up. They send it forward. Chesterfield picks it off. Shot on. Hits the post. Loose puck in front. Another save by Stutzer. Comes loose to Zilm. Zilm gets knocked down, but as he's falling, tips it to Crowley. Crowley brings it in, takes it to the outside, takes it behind the net, tries to hit to Spatansky in front, hits a skate, loose puck sits there, and Chesterfield able to recover. Rubis puts it in deep now. Blues finish and get back on side. Crowley holds it in the far side corner, takes it behind the net, drops it for himself, puts it behind the net, hits a player. Zilm's there for it. He has it knocked off of his stick, and here comes Chesterfield as they're going to bring it back into the Blues zone 1-on-2. Makes a smart play and just puts it in deep. Brooks gets there first, gives it to Rubis. Rubis up to Zilm. Zilm giving go for Spatansky. And Zilm, as it bounced on them, they're just going to throw it in deep. Blues go for another change. Full fresh 5-man unit. Springer, Fisher, Bauer jump the boards. Rubis and Komodowski on defense continuing. Puck goes far side. Springer puts it down low for Bauer. Bauer gets hit. Puck goes loose to Springer. Springer shakes off a hit. Chesterfield comes away with the puck. They're going to bring it out near side. Good stick by Fisher, breaks that up. And then their clearing attempt picked off by Rubis. Rubis going to wait, brings it in now. Long shot, hits a stick out high. He picks up his own rebound behind the net. He goes to Bauer. Bauer out to the point to a covering Fisher. Fisher long shot on and paddle save, and it is put down and covered by the Falcons goaltender. Another quick change for the Blues. They're going to send out Giorgio, Wessel, and Boyer up front. Rubis and Komodowski will continue on defense. Giorgio lines up to take the draw. And ref pushes the wingers back again. Face-off won by the Blues. Boyer gives it to Komodowski. Komodowski makes a stutter step move on the blue line. There is nobody back for the Blues. And luckily, nothing happened there, but all 5 Blues players are below the dots. They're going to send it back around near side. Rubis pinches, sends it towards the net. Glove save, held on to. And we'll have another stoppage in play by the Falcons goaltender. Blues change the defensive pair. Smith and Miniman join the Giorgio, Boyer, Wessel line. Face-off won by the Blues. Boyer has it. He circles at the top of the dot. Drops it for Wessel. Wessel out to the point to Miniman. Miniman long shot, tipped by Boyer. Good save by the goalie again. Giorgio picks up the rebound, takes it to the far side corner. He tries kicking it to Boyer. Boyer tries going to the point, goes between the legs of a player to Smith. Smith long shot, that gets through, goes just wide. Wessel picks it up, out to Miniman again. Miniman, sauce passes backhand to Wessel. Wessel makes a move on the sideboards, takes it down low. He takes a hit, holds the puck there. Giorgio goes to help him out. Giorgio tips the puck off his stick, goes to the sideboards. Falcons pick it back up. They chip it around Boyer, and good step up by Miniman, but it goes right to a Falcons player and heads up 3-on-2. They going to take it. Oh, wow, put it on. Good play there by the Falcons. Almost caught the Blues goalie sleeping, but he was able to get his pad on it. Giorgio gets taken down. Blues are going to go to their first power play of the year, as Giorgio gets taken down as he tries to get around the defender, and they're going to call holding. Blues will make a line change. They send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, we'll have Brooks and Rubis. Face-off is a tie-up. Harris comes away with it. He goes out to the point to Brooks. Brooks skates the line. He gives it back to Harris. Harris stutter steps in, circles, gives it back to Brooks. Brooks over to Rubis. Rubis steps in, puts it in front, nobody there, and they try to clear. Brooks going to back up, hold it at the red line. Blues reset. They go to Harris. Harris going to skate it across, gives it to Fugner. Fugner back to Harris. Harris shot. Oh, what a save by the goalie again. And they're going to send it all the way down. This goes on net. Wouldn't have been icing anyways with the new rules this year. Brooks gets it, reverses behind the net. Rubis has it. Rubis goes far side. Harris going to pick this up off the boards. He gets to the outside. He's got Fugner and Schneider going to the net. Fugner gets it from Harris. Shot. Another save. Fugner picks up the loose puck. Goes to the point to Brooks. Brooks goes near side to Rubis. Back to Brooks. Over to Harris. Harris shot. Another save. A lot of pressure here. Goalie standing on his head. Harris gets it out to the point to Brooks. Brooks down low for Harris. Harris goes far side for Rubis. Rubis has a bounce over his stick. He has to circle and pick it up. Rubis going to skate in. He goes to Schneider. Schneider tries to go back to Harris. And we are going to get a offsetting penalties. Fugner and a Chesterfield player are going to go to the box as they were getting physical in front of the net. So we will continue with 5-on-5 hockey, or I'm sorry, 5-on-4 hockey. Blues power play will continue. They're going to send out Spatansky, Zilm, and Crowley up front. Defensively, we'll have Miniman and Como. Face-off, won by the Blues. Komodowski has it at the point. He stops on the side boards. He goes to his partner, Miniman. Miniman back to Komodowski. Komodowski to Spatansky. He's got room, goes to Zilm. Zilm tries tipping it down low. It gets knocked right to Spatansky's stick. He goes to Komodowski, over to Miniman now. Miniman to the far side for Spatansky. Right back to Miniman. Back to Spatansky. Spatansky to the middle. Shot on by Zilm, and that goes over the net off of the stick. And we'll have a stoppage in play with 2:23 remaining here in the second period. 20 seconds remaining in the Blues' first power play of the year. Blues will keep the same unit on the ice. Komodowski, Miniman on defense. Spatansky, Crowley, and Zilm up front. Face-off is won by the Blues. Zilm sends it out to the point to Como. Como to Miniman. They change spots. He goes down low for Spatansky. Right back to Miniman. Miniman to Komodowski. He has to stop and pick up the puck as it bounced on his stick. He goes back to Miniman. Miniman to Komodowski. Komodowski skates it down low. Reverses. Skates to the middle. Shot saved by the goalie. They try clearing. Good thing that was blocked. Zilm gets it. Goes to Crowley. Crowley can't get the shot off. He sends the puck to the far side corner. Spatansky goes in on the forecheck. He blocks the original pass out, and then they are going to put it off of the netting for another stoppage in play with 1:46 remaining. Blues make another change. They send out the Springer line with Smith and Brooks on defense. So Springer, Bauer, and Fisher up front. Face-off is pushed to the corner by the Falcons. They send it behind their own net. They chip it up the boards. That's out of the reach of everybody. Bauer tips it back low. Clearing or a dump attempt from Smith hits the Chesterfield player, and then they swing it right back to the Blues zone. Brooks picks it up. He goes to his partner Smith. Smith, with the man all over him, takes it behind the Blues net. He's going to go for a skate. Brings it up the boards. Bauer knocks this man's stick out of his hands. And they're going to send it all the way down. Bauer first to the puck, skates it around. He goes to the far point to Smith. Smith, long shot, hits a stick, goes to the near side corner. Springer picks it up. He's got two men all over him. Chesterfield comes away with it. They send him far side. Big step up by Boyer as he's fresh on the ice, knocks him off the puck. Good play by Bauer to step up covering the blue line, pushes it back in deep. They're going to take it behind the net. They send it near side. It's tied up. Springer battles for it. He gets knocked down. Chesterfield comes away with it. Boyer all over him. They go near side. They chip towards the center. Good hold at the line by Brooks. It's knocked off of his stick. And here comes Chesterfield one-on-one back into the blue zone. Long shot on net right into the blue note of Stutzer, and he holds on to it. Long shot, no reason to be on top of the goaltender, and Chesterfield got there with a stick, and Blues players took exception to that. Blues finished the line change. Giorgio, Boyer, and Wessel up front. Defensively, we've got Rubis and Miniman. Face off, one to the corner. Rubis gets it. He sends it behind to Miniman. Miniman off the glass, tries to go to Wessel. It's out of his reach. Knuckle puck thrown towards the net. Knocked down by Stutzer. That's a tricky one. He puts it behind the net for Miniman. Miniman goes up to Rubis. Rubis tries to clear. Glove down by a Chesterfield player. They get it right back. They put it behind the Blues net. Miniman hits his man behind the net. They take it to the far corner. They go up to the point. Long shot. That gets through. Pad save. And Stutzer's going to fall on that one. .4 seconds remaining here in this second period. Blues lead 2-0. No change in personnel. Giorgio wins that draw. Chesterfield strips it. They get it to the point. Long shot gets through, tipped on. What a save by Stutzer there as Miniman grabs it, and he clears it up and out of the zone. So we should be having an ice scrape here. But we may not be. So those new rules we talked about earlier apparently don't apply in third periods. We'll see. Looks like the Blues coach, Carey, is saying, let's just get this over with. We'll see what happens. So we'll be back if we start playing. We'll be back in a minute. If they have a 15-minute break for a Zamboni, we'll see you then. And we are going to get this third period underway early. No Zamboni break. They've put 28 minutes up on the clock. I'm assuming that's how much time we have left. So it might be a 28-minute running clock third period. We'll see what they do. We'll let you know if we find out. Giorgio, Boyer, Wessel will be up front. Komodowski and Smith on defense. Face-off is won by Chesterfield. They take it all the way down to their own zone. They're going to send it out near side. Their exit attempt is picked off by Smith. He gets around his man, sends it towards the net. Pad save, pushed right in front. No Blues players there to grab the rebound. They clear, and heads up, here is a breakaway the other way. And wow, Scanapieko, who just came in net, comes out and swats the puck out of midair and takes the breakaway away. What a play by Scanapieko. Smart hockey. They do it again, and now their player tries it. Their goalie sends it right to Wessel, though. Wessel tries doing a behind-the-back pass. That's picked off. They clear it forward, and that's going to go all the way down in what will be icing against the Falcons.
Welcome to the game moment.
So Blues making a goalie change in between the second and third period. Scanapieko comes in, and immediately with a pretty tricky heads-up play. We are doing 28-minute running third period, just for those of you at home paying attention. Chesterfield wins the face-off. The Blues had made a line change. Bugner, Harris, Schneider up front. Rubis and Brooks on defense. Chesterfield sends it all the way down. Rubis takes it behind his net, gets it knocked off his stick. Bugner has to battle for it. Schneider tips it out of the zone. He picks it up. He brings it near side. He puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. Their goalie settles it behind the net for the defender. They go around Harris into the far side corner. Their clearing attempt held by Rubis. Rubis comes near side for Brooks. Brooks takes it down low. He takes it behind the net. Wraparound attempt loose in front. Bugner grabs it, sends it out to Rubis. Rubis, long shot, gets through, and easy glove save by the Falcons goaltender. Blues make another line change. They'll send out Miniman and Komodowski on defense. They will send out the forward unit of Spatansky, Crowley, and Zilm. Face-off is won by the Falcons after a tie-up. They take it behind their own net, send it around near side board. Spatansky comes in, pressures them. Their pass is errant, goes right to Miniman. He goes to Komodowski near side. Komodowski's going to skate it up far side. Puts it in deep. No Blues on the forecheck yet, as they had to slow down and wait for him to cross the line. Chesterfield comes away with it. They come near side. Zilm picks up the loose puck, brings it in. It gets knocked off of his stick, goes right to Miniman. Miniman puts it in deep, down for Crowley. Crowley lets it go for Zilm. Zilm to the side of the net, goes out to the point to Komodowski. Komodowski skates the blue line. Pass down to the sideboards, gives it to Miniman. Miniman shot, hits the side of the cage. He takes it behind the net, goes out to Komodowski. Komodowski skates the blue line. Reverses on the blue line. Long shot, hits the player in the butt. They're going to clear it back out. Good hold by Miniman to break that up. Blues put it in deep. Zilm hits his man. Spatansky battles for it behind. It goes behind the net. Chesterfield sends it hard around the boards. Komodowski pinches in, throws it towards the net. Puck comes out, goes all the way to the neutral zone. Miniman picks it up. He's going to circle on the red line, goes to Komodowski. Komodowski, beauty of a hit by the Chesterfield player there as Komodowski had his head down. And now he gets the puck back, takes it around, goes into the corner with it. Springer fresh on the ice, picks it up, goes to Fisher. Fisher open shot, he misses near side post. Comes all the way around, good step up by Smith. Puck goes to Komodowski. He passed it to the Chesterfield player, hits his skate, and gets back and breaks up the semi-break. Komodowski knocks his man down. Springer sends it behind the net for Smith. Smith sends it around the far boards for Komodowski. Komodowski to Bauer. Bauer to Springer. Springer, Fisher 2-on-2 with Bauer trailing. Springer, far side, hits Bauer. Oh, it bounced off of his stick. Comes back into the near side here. They clear it out of the into the neutral zone for Brooks. Brooks gives it to his partner Smith. Smith to Springer. He tips it into the zone, goes in on the forecheck. Chesterfield clears it up high, held at the line by the skate of Brooks. Then he steps up, grabs it back, gets it stripped off of his stick. Chesterfield reverses, and here they come one-on-one back into the blue zone. They get to the outside. Smith puts his man down. Brooks picks up the loose puck off the boards to Bauer. Bauer with the man all over him kicks it back into the corner. He's going to skate it. He comes near side for Fisher. Fisher has it bounce off of his stick at the blue line. He takes a hit but pushes it forward. Chesterfield comes away with it. They got room. Shot on, pad saved. Nobody there for Chesterfield. Good back check by Brooks to break that up. And Blues a little flat-footed here, unable to get out of the zone. Smith comes away with it. He goes far side, fans on the pass. It does get out of the zone, but Chesterfield takes over again. Blues do a quick change while they're all at the boards. Giorgio and Wessel are able to get on the ice. Rubis able to get on the ice. And Blues reverse behind their own net. Smith gets it from Rubis. It falls off of his stick, heads up. And good play by Smith to recover. He sends it to Rubis. Rubis, his pass to Wessel off the mark, and now it's behind the net for Smith again. Smith, after being on the ice a long time, is going to get off with an icing. Blues finish the line change. Giorgio, Boyer, and Wessel up front. Defensively, Miniman will join Rubis, who had just got on the ice. 21:48 remaining in this running clock, third period. Defensive zone face-off is going to be taken by Giorgio. It is to the right of Scanapiaco. Giorgio wins it to Rubis. He takes it behind the Blues net, brings it to the near side corner, goes to Boyer. Boyer sauce passes far side for Miniman. Miniman's going to cross the red line with it, brings it into their zone, gets to the outside, sends it hard behind the net. It's going to come all the way around to the point to Boyer. He has to step up as he takes a hit. Tips it to Wessel. Wessel to Rubis. Rubis going to take it down low. He tries to put it in front, hits a skate, goes high. Wessel picks it up. He's going to circle. He goes far side for Rubis again. Rubis to Boyer. Boyer back to Rubis. Rubis shot. That's on. Good save by the goalie as they clear now to the blue line. Good hold by Miniman as he goes down low for Wessel. Wessel to Rubis again. Rubis shot. That's off the mark. Picked up by Giorgio. Giorgio circles. Goes to Boyer in the middle. Boyer makes a move. Gets it knocked off of his stick. And another good hold, but that one's offsides, and Giorgio touches. So we'll have an offsides against the Blues. The Blues send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Defensively, Malachi Smith and Patty Komodowski jump the boards. Face-off right next to the Chesterfield Falcons bench in the neutral zone. Fugner wins it to Schneider. Schneider puts it in, hits a skate, is held at the blue line. He battles two players for it. He comes away with it, gets it to Smith. Smith to Komodowski. Komodowski right back to Smith. Hits Fugner. Fugner is going to push it in deep around his man. Harris on one side, Fugner on the other on the forecheck. Harris comes away with it. Oh, it rolls off his stick at the last minute. He takes it right back, though. He circles in the corner. He gets hooked. No call. Gets it back off the boards to Komodowski. Komodowski to Smith. Smith back to Komodowski. Down to Fugner in the corner. Fugner shot, hits Schneider's stick, goes just wide. Good hold at the line by Smith. Chesterfield tries to hold it. Schneider and Fugner put it down low for Harris. Harris tries to tip it to Schneider, and it gets tipped around him, and now Komodowski comes away with it. He's going to go up the boards hard. Harris tips it to Schneider. Schneider, far side, tries to go to Fugner, hits a stick, and here comes Chesterfield right back with it. Good back check by Fugner, breaks that up. Schneider now takes it. And I believe Fugner is going to go to the box for a penalty. And they are. So Fugner is going to go to the box for 2 minutes. And we will have Crowley and Zilm up front to start this kill. Defensively, we'll have Brooks and Miniman. Crowley lines up to take the draw. He wins it to the corner for Miniman. Miniman turns, sends it high off the glass. It bounces over. Crowley gets around one. He's got a semi-break. Oh, rolling puck gets knocked off his stick at the last minute. He knocks his man off the puck. He's going to control in their zone for a while and burn some of this penalty kill time. Finally, Chesterfield gets it back. They go D to D behind the net. Sauce pass near side. They're going to bring it into the blue zone. They get to the outside. They put it behind the net. Miniman battles. He loses his stick. Chesterfield comes away with it. Shot. blocked by the skate of Brooks, goes to the corner. Miniman picks up his stick. He battles for it. They try to put it in front. Good stick by Brooks again. They send it all the way down. Blues bench calls for a 4-man change. Goalie plays it to the corner for their defenseman. They send it in far side. Springer and Wessel, the next penalty killing unit. They're going to send it forward. That's out of the reach of everybody. Kamadowski picks it up. He's got Rubis as his defensive partner. He's going to send it all the way back down into the Chesterfield zone, and Chesterfield regroups. They're going to bring it out of their zone. They cross the red line. Spatansky pushes them to the outside. Rubis pushes them to the corner. They send it behind the net. Nobody there. Kamadowski grabs it. He sends it high off the glass. That goes all the way down, and their goalie's going to settle it in the corner. Defenseman picks it up. They're going to take it behind the net. They come near side up the boards. Good pass there. They're coming into the blue zone with speed, 3-on-3, off the boards, back to the point. Blues have their box set up. Kamadowski pressures. Puck goes down into the corner. Rubis going to pick up the loose puck. He sends it off the glass, and that's going to hit the netting, and we'll have a stoppage in play. Blues send out a fresh 5-man unit as the power play is over for the Falcons. And Chesterfield center gets tossed. Blues will have Springer, Fisher, Bauer up front defensively, Smith and Brooks. Blues win the faceoff. Smith goes behind the net for Brooks. He goes up the boards for Bauer. Bauer tips it forward for Springer. Springer tips it to Fisher. It's just out of his reach. Puck is knocked off the stick by Springer. Fisher picks it up. He goes far side for Springer. Springer's shot. That goes just wide. Goes off a shin pad. Puck bounces out of his neutral zone over the stick of Brooks. Brooks, a little quick backhand pass to Fisher. Fisher give and go to Springer. Here comes Springer across the zone. He tries going far side for Bauer. Bauer gets tied up. Fisher there comes away with the puck. Comes to the far side point for Brooks. Brooks puts it back down low. Bauer there holds it behind the net. He gives it to Springer on the side. Springer goes to Brooks in front. Brooks, with a stick around his midsection, is able to get a really good shot off, and a good save by the Chesterfield Falcons goaltender. Blues will send out Giorgio, Wessel, and Boyer up front. Rubis and Miniman, the defensive pairing. Face-off is won by the Falcons. They send it hard behind their own net. Held up on the boards by Rubis. Boyer holds the line. That is offside, so he can't touch it. And Chesterfield comes away with it. They're going to put it in deep. Rubis all over his man, caused him not to be able to skate. Miniman picks it up behind the net, goes to Wessel on the far side boards. Wessel going to skate it right in front of the net, drops it for Miniman. Miniman skates it to the far side corner, reverses behind the net for Rubis. Rubis, quick pass up to Boyer. Boyer with 2 men on him. Take it back down low. He's going to reverse it up the boards for Rubis. Rubis sends it up to Boyer. Boyer, here come the Blues, 3-on-2. Giorgio gets it from Boyer. Giorgio with the move around. Shot on goal by Giorgio. Giorgio from Boyer put the Blues up 3-0 with 14-14 left here in the third period. Blues will make a change after that goal. They're going to send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris. Defensively, it will be Rubis and Miniman continuing. Fugner lines up to take the center ice draw. It is won by the Falcons. They're going to take it far side. Schneider hits his man off the puck. It goes to Miniman. Miniman to Rubis. Rubis to Harris. Harris, give and go pass for Fugner. Fugner to Schneider. Schneider to Fugner. Oh, just hits off the back of his stick. Goes just wide. Fugner gets it back, puts it in front. Loose puck going to be picked up by Harris. Harris gets it to Schneider. Schneider shot on, save. Pushed to the side of the net by the goalie, and they're going to bring it back out. Fugner on the back check, gets to his man. Rubis steps up and puts his man down hard, and that is going to be a penalty against the Blues as Rubis got him pretty high. Blues will send out Crowley and Zilm up front. Defensively, we'll have Komodowski and Smith. I believe that was interference. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I believe it was interference against Rubis. So Blues go to the penalty kill with about 12 minutes, 50 seconds left. Chesterfield controls. They go D to D. Long shot blockered to the far boards by Scannapieco, as he hasn't had much work, but he's had two pretty big saves here in his short time in net. Chesterfield controls it. They get around a Zilm who blew a tire. They send it to the front, blocked by Zilm after he gets up, and then he picks it up, sends it all the way down. Crowley goes in on the forecheck. Goalie plays it out, and Chesterfield's going to bring it back through the neutral zone. And, Zilm, nope, he didn't get away with it. Back ref saw it. So Blues are going to go to a 5-on-3 here with, as soon as they touch the puck, as Giorgio or Crowley or Zilm trip somebody coming back into the zone. So they have the goalie out, loose puck in front. They try jamming it in front. Scannapieco falls on it. It is Zilm that's going to go to the box for tripping. So 11:48 remain here in the third period. Blues will have a 5-on-3 to kill off. They're going to send out Spatansky, Brooks, and Miniman. Goal here is win the face-off and ice the puck. That did not happen as Chesterfield wins the face-off. They circle out, top of the zone. They go down low, back out to the point now. He skates it towards the center, takes a shot, blocked by Spatansky. That's familiar for those watching last year. Miniman comes away with it, and then he's just going to put it in deep. Goalie plays it, settles it, sends it up the sideboards. Give and go pass. They're going to bring it back through the neutral zone. They bring it in near side. They get to the outside, drop to the point, go to the far side. Shot on, loose puck in front. Spatansky throws it to the side. Good save by Scannapieco there. They get it back out to the point. Rubis back on the ice. His penalty expires. Puck is whiffed on. Rubis able to clear it out. He gets interfered with, no call there. And Spatansky grabs a loose puck and he throws it in deep. Blues go for a wholesale line change as looks like Wessel and Fugner get on the ice for the penalty kill. And we have Komodowski and Smith. Komodowski throws it back out to the neutral zone. They're going to bring it across the line. Step up by Komodowski, breaks it up. Fugner grabs it. He puts it back into their zone. Goes all the way down to the goal line. Fugner goes in to press. 35 seconds remaining in the Zilm minor. Blues lead 3-0 with 10:19 left here in this third period. Puck is sent around to the sideboards. Really good forecheck by Wessel and Fugner here. They can't even get it out of the zone. Finally, they do so. They're going to bring it into the neutral zone. They come in 3-on-2. Wessel gets back. It's 3-on-3 now. They put it behind the Blues net. Komodowski grabs it. He goes high off the glass. That's going to go all the way down. Again, rule change this year. You can ice on the penalty kill. Blues send out Bauer and Springer on the penalty kill. And Zilm now joins them fresh on the ice. Bauer picks up the loose puck. He's going to bring it into the zone, gets to the outside with room, sends it towards the middle. Tries to hit Springer. Couldn't get it through. Fisher now joins his teammates as Zilm gets off after his penalty expired. Rubis gets it from Fisher. He gets it to Brooks. Brooks shot. That hits the skate, goes far side. Rubis puts it back down deep for Fisher. Fisher to Bauer. Bauer takes a shot. That deflects into the corner. Fisher comes away with the loose puck. He takes a shot. That hits some loose puck in front. Bauer gets a stick on it. Great save by the Chesterfield goalie there. They reverse it. They try to clear. Fisher picks it off. Then he has it stripped off of his stick. And here comes Chesterfield through the neutral zone. Good play by Springer. Strips it off his stick. Here he comes back into the zone. He's looking for somebody with him. He draws a penalty, and Blues are going to go on the power play. So Blues go to the power play with 8:52 remaining. And it was a slash against Springer. Blues will send out Giorgio, Boyer, and Wessel up front. Defensively, Miniman and Komodowski will be the defensive pairing. Face-off is tied up. Blues come away with it. Boyer holds it on the far sideboards. He reverses as a man goes past him. He goes down low for Wessel. Wessel tries to sauce it to the point far side, hits a skate of a Blues player, and Komodowski's having to pick it up in his own zone. He goes to Miniman at the far dot. Miniman hits Giorgio up the middle. He's going to skate it through the neutral zone, brings it into their zone, gets to the outside, tries to put it in front, deflects off something, and goes right into the goalie's midsection for another stoppage in play. Blues will make a line change. They send out Fugner, Schneider, Harris up front. Smith and Brooks will be the defensive unit. Fugner lines up to take it. Face off, one to Schneider. He tips it back to the point to Smith. Smith to Brooks. Brooks gives it back to Smith. He's going to skate it low, back out high for Brooks. Down to Harris. Harris to Schneider. Schneider can't get a stick on it. He reverses it, tries to get it to Fugner, and they're going to knock it all the way down. Scanapieko settles behind the goal line for Brooks. Brooks is going to skate it through. Stops behind the net. Blues start to get set up. And here they come. He's going to drop it for Harris, and here comes Harris far side. He's got a full head of steam. He's going to bring it across the line. He's got Schneider going towards the net. He takes it behind. He goes out to the point to Smith. Smith down low for Fugner. Fugner reverses. He goes to Harris. Oh, Harris has a bounce over his stick, and Chesterfield's going to come away with it and skate it through the neutral zone. Brings it into the blue zone, 1-on-2, gets around one. Brooks breaks it up. He's going to hit Fugner, and that is way out of his reach, and we will have an icing against the Blues just as the Falcons penalty expires. .6:30 remaining here in this third period, running clock. 3-0 Blues lead. Spatansky is with Zilm and Crowley up front. Defensively, we've got Komodowski and Rubis. Rubis comes away with the loose puck after a tie-up. He skates it forward, gives it to Zilm, and Crowley is offsides by a good 2 or 3 feet as he couldn't hold up. Neutral zone face-off will be right next to the Falcons bench with 5:50 remaining here in this third period. Spatansky lines up to take it. He wins it back to Rubis. Rubis goes to Komodowski. He's going to skate it in the zone. He pushes it deep, goes to the far corner. Zilm there with Spatansky and 3 Falcons players. Spatansky comes away with it, makes a couple moves, gets knocked down, gets it to Crowley. Crowley out to the point to Rubis. Rubis to Komodowski. Komodowski back to Rubis. Rubis to Crowley. Crowley can't get the shot off. Bounces to Spatansky. He goes back out to the point to Rubis. Long shot. Deflects off a Chesterfield stick into the near side corner here. Zilm comes away with it. Gets it out to Komodowski. Komodowski to Rubis. Rubis shot on. Hits the post. That's going to come all the way around to the near side. Zilm steps up. Holds it in the zone. He gets it knocked off of his stick, and Chesterfield able to clear, and they're just going to dump it down into the blue zone. Komodowski grabs it. He comes it forward quickly to Crowley. It bounces over his stick. He picks it up. He pushes it down low. Zilm and Crowley now battle behind the net with a couple Chesterfield players. Zilm comes away with it, sends it to the front. Nobody home for the Blues. They clear, held by Brooks. Brooks puts it down low for Zilm. Zilm down low for Spatansky. Spatansky to Crowley, gets knocked off of his stick. No shot there. Spatansky comes away with the loose puck. He has it bounce off of his stick. Chesterfield comes away with it as Zilm battles him. Now Spatansky steals it back, sends it to Brooks. Brooks far side for Miniman. Miniman with a man on him throws it in deep. Blues start a line change. And they're going to clear it up the boards. And finally Chesterfield able to clear it and heads up. Good hit by Brooks. And this is, well, it was offsides originally, but I guess they didn't touch it before they tagged. Good eye by the linesman. Brooks comes away with the puck. He goes far side, tries to hit Fisher. It's out of his reach. Blues pressure in the zone. Fisher steals it off his stick, sends it to Springer. Springer to Bauer. Bauer can't get a stick on it. Pushes towards the net. Loose puck sits there. Fisher pushes it behind the net. He gets taken down. Bauer goes to help him. Springer stays high. They're going to send it up the far sideboards. They're going to get out of the zone. Miniman pushes him to the outside. He gets there. Long shot. That goes wide into the near side corner. And good play by Springer to break that up and pass out of the way. They're going to say no icing as it was tipped. Goalie plays it behind the net. Wow, that was dangerous. Chesterfield player almost took his own goalie's arm off, and that would have been a painful one. Bauer gets it from Rubis. He puts it in deep. Blues go in on the forecheck. Blues start a line change. They clear it all the way down, and wow, how did that player get all the way down there? That was crazy. Good play by Smith, breaks that up. Chesterfield comes away with it. Their centering pass picked up by Rubis. Rubis to Boyer. Boyer and Bauer in, drops to Rubis. Rubis back to Boyer. Boyer can't get a shot because Bauer gets taken down. Hits the point man. Smith shot. Rebound comes into the near side corner for Boyer again. Boyer goes behind the net. No Blues there as Bauer's changing. And Chesterfield, they're just going to send it back behind the net. Wessel fresh on the ice, goes into forecheck with Giorgio. Wessel comes away with it, sends it far side, and Chesterfield had enough of that, and they're just going to send it all the way down for an icing. Blues will make a line change. They send out Fugner, Harris, Schneider. Rubis and Smith will be the defensive pair. They have just taken the game clock down to 1 minute, so that will do it for the game after that minute. And Chesterfield ices it again. And they're going to, oh, I thought they waved it off at first. So Chesterfield just would like this game over and ice the puck. Schneider limping off the ice. Something happened to him. Didn't see anything. Have no idea. We'll have to go back and watch. He's in some pain. He's hobbling. So Zilm will come out and join Fugner and Harris. Face off, one back to the point. Smith goes to Rubis. Rubis tries to feed it to Fugner. It's just beneath his legs. Fugner battles in the corner with Harris and a couple players. It gets pushed there. Harris comes away with it. He goes out to the point to Smith. Smith back to Harris. Harris pushes it around the corner, and that's going to do it. First preseason game of the year. Blues are going to take 3-0 against the 16U Chesterfield Falcons. Both goalies, actually all three goalies. Actually, I don't know. I think Falcons only played one goalie, but Blues played both. All three goalies had a pretty solid game. Blues had many of opportunities, couple posts, but we're only able to get 3 across the line, and that's going to do it. We are back Thursday at 6 p.m. from Detroit for the first game of the Little Caesar Showcase. Until then, we'll see ya.